What's up guys, it's Salvaje and welcome to Fortnite Save the World Trap Mastery. Now this is going to be my series where I will be teaching you guys the basics of traps in Fortnite Save the World. But of course this is also going to be a series where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to maximize your trap tunneling experience in Fortnite Save the World. Now instead of just bringing you guys a lot of trap tunnel videos as soon as the series starts, what I decided to do is to build a really nice and clean foundation for you guys. If you're a beginner Save the World player, chances are that you don't really know the basics of specific traps in Fortnite Save the World, and the truth is, throughout my time being a Fortnite Save the World player and content creator, I've never really seen anyone do sort of in-depth videos on the purposes of the traps, etc, and how of course you can maximize them for specific builds. So of course I wanted to take initiative and I wanted to bring you guys this video as well. In this trap mastery episode, I want to focus on the wall launcher. We're going to be talking about the basics of the wall launcher, how we can maximize the wall launcher, why it's one of the best traps in the game, and of course some specific builds that we can also go with when it comes down to the wall launcher. So tip number one, when it comes down to the wall launcher, I always like to use my environments as much as I can when it comes down to wall launcher. You can use the wall launchers to launch Husk out of the map, and you can also use the wall launcher to also launch Husk into this little pit that we have right here. Now ideally we want to be placing a wall here, right? Because of course we want the Husk to go through this little direction right here. But if a Husk goes through this little area right here, they're not going to be triggering the wall launcher because they're not really close to the wall launcher, right? So one key tip to counter that is that, ooh, thank you very much, Sniper Defender. But one key tip to counter that is that you guys do this for your builds so that the Husk actually go towards the wall launcher, or what I recommend that you guys do either this one or this one right here. Okay, and the reason why I like this one the most is because it just gives you some pretty decent visibility, right? So anyways, now that we have this little wall right here, the Husk is going to be able to walk in and actually trigger the wall launcher, which is going to send him down into this pit. So that's the first tip and the first fundamental that you guys need to understand when it comes down to the wall launcher in Fortnite Save the World. Alright, let's talk about the one-by-one sort of build and how you can maximize the one-by-one build, or of course the beacons build, because my friend Get the Beacons was actually the first creator of this build. So when you are doing a one-by-one trap tunnel, you can actually maximize the wall launcher. You actually don't really need to add another layer to your tunnel. What you have to do is you're going to be placing your wall launcher in this wall, and then you basically have to make it so that of course the Husk are sort of launched back, right? That's the second essential tip, by the way, when it comes down to wall launchers. Wall launchers can also be used to sort of delay Husk from getting into the objective. We're going to be covering that pretty soon. But when it comes down to a one-by-one trap tunnel, you guys want to make sure that you guys do these little diamond floor thingies. Yeah, let's just call them that. Because basically what's going to happen is the Husk are going to be walking in this little area right here, and then the wall launcher is going to be sending them back. And of course, if we have another wall launcher here, that's right, the wall launcher is going to be delaying the Husk back even more. And we can take it a step further, of course, and add 2 sets of ceiling traps right here. So that means the Husk are going to be getting sent back. They're going to be getting hit more with your ceiling traps. And they are also going to be, yeah, they're probably not going to make it out of the trap tunnel by now, okay? So that's basically what you need to know when it comes down to wall launchers and the one-by-one builds. Okay, I said earlier that the wall launcher can be used to delay Husk, and that's also another key use that you want to keep in mind if you have a wall launcher in your inventory, which I believe every Save the World player should have at the intermediate and end game levels of play. This trap is basically a must. But anyways, in this scenario right here, I know the Husk are going to be spawning from the northeast direction, so I'm going to be putting a wall launcher right here. Now the reason why I'm putting a wall launcher right here is because like that they basically get sent backwards. We could be placing a floor launcher here, but we're going to talk about that in a separate video. Like I said, right, the wall launcher is basically meant to send the Husk back and delay them, but of course also maximize your traps in your trap tunnels. So let's say that, okay, I don't want to place down a 106 gas trap. But let's say that I actually have a ceiling gas trap over here. I want the Husk to be, of course, constantly taking damage from this gas trap as much as possible. So think about it, right? The Husk are going to be coming over here, and that's right, they're going to be getting launched all the way back to the wall launcher, only to come back here and then, of course, get hit by the gas trap if, of course, the wall launcher has finished reloading. So that's something that you guys want to keep in mind. And of course, the second fundamental when it comes down to wall launchers is that you need to be using these wall launchers to maximize your trap tunnels, and also, of course, to make sure that you are delaying the Husk also as much as I can. Now, given the information that I've given you guys so far, that also means that you know that it's a pretty good idea to place this wall launcher right here, because the Husk are going to be coming all the way. The Husk are going to be coming all the way around here, and then this wall launcher, that's right, it's going to be sending them straight back. And I guess you could say I could place another wall launcher right here, but I'm actually not going to do that, right? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be putting another wall launcher right here, and I'm going to be closing this off like this, right? And the reason for that is because this wall launcher is going to be sending the Husk back over here. This wall launcher will be, of course, throwing the Husk back here, which means they're going to have to be, of course, taking these staircases. And then this wall launcher is going to be sending the Husk all the way over here. Alright, which of course can trigger this wall launcher as well. And if they are a high priority target like a smasher and they don't get knocked down, this wall launcher is going to be sending them back. So the third essential tip when it comes down to wall launchers in Fortnite Save the World is to make sure that sometimes your wall launchers basically align with each other. Trap tunneling in Fortnite Save the World, in a way, it's a form of art, I guess you could say, right? Because you're always thinking about 200 IQ plays that you could be pulling off when it comes down to these Husks. Anyways, right here, I am going to be putting these freeze floors to sort of slow down the Husk. And I am also going to be putting, whoa, I have no broadside traps. This is embarrassing. I am also going to be putting a broadside trap right here, and I will be putting a broadside trap right here. So as you guys can see, I have basically created a death trap for all of the Husks that are going to be coming in from this direction. The third, no, not the third, I already said the third. The fourth essential tip, okay, of the wall launcher is to understand that since you're basically maximizing wall launchers, the Husks are going to be coming out of the trap tunnels basically very weakened or almost like really weak, okay? Which means that you can basically just set back and put yourself at a key positions, like for example high ground positions where you can of course snipe high priority targets, etc, etc. Like that, when they reach the trap tunnel, you're basically going to be able to finish them with your traps instead of course you finishing them after they get out of the trap tunnel. That's something that I'm going to go a little bit more deeper into on a future episode, by the way, of Fortnite Save the World Trap Mastery. But that is basically everything that you need to know when it comes down to the wall launcher in Fortnite Save the World. I taught you guys the essentials and the fundamental aspects of how you're going to be using the wall launcher, and now if you want to stick around, I'm going to be showing you guys some gameplay examples of how of course we are going to be maximizing all of the tips that I just shared with you guys. Before I jump into the combat analysis, I want to take a look at what perks you should be running for the wall launcher. I'm sure a lot of you guys have that question. I definitely did when I started playing Save the World. In my opinion, and a lot of the Save the World trap tunnel experts' opinions, this is basically the best role for the wall launcher. We have durability, so that of course the wall launchers last more in long-term activities like storm shields. We have triple impact and knockback, just because like that we can knock back higher priority targets like smashers, for example, without having to deplete their impact counter meter. And of course we also have double reload speed, like that the wall launcher can reload very quickly. Now the more Husk your wall launcher is sending back constantly, the more effectiveness, I guess you could say, you're going to be getting from your trap tunnel. Which is why I'm actually going to do this. But yeah, I've never upgraded my wall launcher to full legendary perks because I'm so effective at building trap tunnels that I don't really need my wall launcher to be at full legendary perks. But anyways, let's just jump straight into the combat analysis right now. So a basic tip that I forgot to mention when it comes down to the wall launcher is that it is going to be launching Husk from a 3-tile range. So in this gameplay example right here, I know that the Husks that are going to be launched with this wall launcher are going to be delayed a little bit. And of course, they're also going to be launched within the range of these 2 broadside traps that I will be, of course, placing right here. Anyways, I know this trap tunnel isn't going to be enough, at least the one that I've built, so I'm going to be building another mini trap tunnel after I take out this disrespecting foe. Shame on you. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be building a small little 1x1 tunnel. You know, I don't have to waste a lot of materials and waste a lot of traps, right? I'm just going to be placing these 2 gas traps on the ceiling. And then, of course, I'm going to be maximizing my wall launcher by placing it in that position. And that wall launcher is, of course, going to be sending the husks that are coming in from the west direction a little bit back. Again, delaying the husks from getting to the objective and making it so that the husks get more damage from my broadside traps, as well as, of course, my gas traps. So, as you guys are seeing right here in the example, that's basically what's happening. My wall launcher is launching the husk back, which means they're going to be taking more damage from my gas traps as well as my broadsides. But most importantly, they are also taking more time to actually get to the objective. And the truth is, that little trap tunnel right there, I made a mistake because I forgot to put a quarter wall. But at the end of the day, it's all Gucci. You guys get what I mean. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of my Trap Mastery series. Keep in mind that a lot of work and planning went into this series, and if you can drop the video a like, I would highly appreciate that. I just want my Trap Mastery series to be the #1 source for education when it comes down to how to build really effective trap tunnels in Fortnite Save the World, and I think in order for me to do that, I have to cover a lot of the basics for every single trap and then start covering some crazy 600 IQ trap tunnels in the series. I hope you guys stick around, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.